Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another episode of DETV, the mostly weekly show where we talk about dice and Beast dice, to be specific. I hope you all had a great weekend. My weekend was very busy. I did a little bit of traveling and also picked up a minor sinus infection. So I apologize ahead of time for any flumminess and or like brain fog because it's been hitting me pretty hard. So, with that being said, let's jump into yesterday's newsletter. This month has been an absolute whirlwind of sales and announcements, so I'm about to be surprised by what went out yesterday as well. Let's take a look. It's 20% off all metal dice week. The whole week, 20% off all metal dice. That is an automatic discount, so you do not need to fret about remembering codes or what to put in your cart. You just put, if any metal dice end up in your cart, it will automatically take off 20% as part of our BOXVEMBER month of deals. This, like the 10-piece sale that we had last week, has an interesting expansion where it is not just our 8-piece metal dice sets, it is every metal die that we carry. Now, this includes our 8-piece original die sets, which are our bread and butter and we're very proud of, but it will include our wee lads. Right there in the middle, you can see our little mini 7-piece metal dice sets. Any metal infinities that we have in stock, which I think right now includes Candlelight Vigil and Death Mountain, the pixel heart style, and also our Magic the Gathering counters, which come in 2 shades of metal, and then as pluses and minuses. So lots of options there, which is very cool. It's not just our 8-piece sets, it's any metal dice that you can find on our site that are still in stock. It's been running for 2 days now, so some stuff is definitely going quickly, but there's a lot of options still on there. Check it out if you haven't already. It's 20% off the entire week. It ends Saturday at midnight Pacific time. Bird Dog, awesome. Got Miami Dice for the last sale that just came today. Yay, you got Miami Dice. Great. We went over Miami Dice's storied history a little bit last week, and I'm glad that you got a set. Back at the newsletter, let's scroll down. Oh, okay, so we had a drop this week also. Heart of Wisdom. Heart of Wisdom, a beautiful new bright blue set with silver ink in our pixel heart mold, which started out as Heart of Courage, which was the green variation. We're going to take a look at Wisdom, and then we're going to take a look at Courage. These deserve to be admired, so let's do some admiring. I think I forgot to turn this light on, but we might not need it. Here's the weight. You can hear them clacking together. These obviously are designed and styled and colored to evoke a certain video game whose IP we do not own the license for, so you will not find Zelda mentioned anywhere, but yes, they are Zelda dice. And these specifically are designed to reflect Zelda herself, Princess Zelda herself, with the blue and silver coloring. Here we go. Gorgeous. So pretty. Alright, the shadow's bothering me, so I'm going to try to turn on the light. See if that doesn't mess everything up. Wow, okay. That's better. Maybe we can come down a little bit. This is me being extra picky. I apologize. We'll get back to actual dice content in a second. There we go. Now I don't have to lose my mind while I'm doing the stream. Alright, so taking a closer look, you have seen this mold before, like I said, with Heart of Courage, but now in blue and silver, Heart of Wisdom. Now, here, let me take a look at, let me show you Heart of Courage in case you've forgotten. Bright green, gold ink. They make a perfect pairing, obviously. Very adventurous, very legendary. And I think it should be obvious at this point that since we've done green for Link and called it Heart of Courage, and we've done blue for Princess Zelda and called it Heart of Wisdom, there is one remaining character who also is part of this triumvirate, which is very important and core to the Zelda games, and we absolutely do plan on bringing that character to fruition as well. Although that will be next year. Yeah, next year. When, I forget, but next year for sure. Oh, wrong color. I want to show off the blue one. But yeah, this is Heart of Wisdom. Very, very cool design. It was a sort of a meld, Pixel Heart started off as an Infinity D4 design, and then Dylan took the little, I don't know, geometric filigree, very Zelda print looking, and the hearts, the pixel hearts, and converted them into a full metal mold. So that's what you're looking at today. Oh yeah, so here's essentially the metal version of our original pixel hearts. So very cool, very pretty, and you guys will all get a chance to win a set of both of these later on in the stream. So let me go ahead and read the copy because I like to. Heart of Wisdom. Incarnated as a mortal, you will lead, you will protect, and you will arm your hero with the knowledge needed to save your world. Princess Zelda vibes. It's a great set. I mean, I don't know. I like it when we manage to make nerd worlds collide in our dice, so this is a lot of fun. Obviously a great pick if you've got a character at the D&D table who's reminiscent of either of those characters. So, Yondu, you're close. You're backwards with your first guess, but you're very close. Okay, so yeah, Heart of Wisdom, great set. Another Dice Envy original recolor of Heart of Courage. Let's pull back up the newsletter because I feel like there was something else, but I want to make sure. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, order advents by November 24th. So I wanted to remind everyone that you have 1 week left. I think technically it's 6 days to November 24th, but what's important is that you have about 1 week left to order an advent in order to have it arrive, if you're in the US, in order to have it arrive by December 1st, which is when most people start their advents. Now, if you order on December 26th, we're definitely still going to send it to you, but you might get it like 2 days after December 1st, at which point you'll just need to like rush through those first days if you want to go on the normal advent track. That's up to you. If you order it in December and we still have it live on the site, we will send it to you. That's not an issue. It's just whether or not it gets there. You know, if you want to do traditional, start it on the 1st, then you have 1 week left to do that. We still have some in stock, so don't worry about that. And then as a reminder, we now have the option to let the goblins choose, which I think I have on here, brings it to only $54.99 each, which is the lowest that these are gonna get for sure. Okay, great. So yeah, a week left to do advents. I don't know if anybody saw on socials today, but specifically on Instagram stories. We had, well, actually, I think I was able to post a video on Twitter too. I don't know. But we had a little video taken by a fan of the advents in front of an actual fireplace. And it's just cozy and wonderful and makes me want hot chocolate so badly. So later I'm going to go get some hot chocolate. I've been like now dreaming because it's chilly outside. It's like, it's time for a cozy blanket. It's time for hot chocolate. It's time for extra marshmallows. Like kittens curled up on my lap. Maybe watching some, I don't know, I don't really do like holiday movies, but Die Hard, always an option. I love Home Alone, so that might make its way in. Mostly it ends up being sci-fi around this time of year for me though, so that's fine. Regardless, being cozy and content is definitely top of my list right now, especially with like the sinus infection. I'm like, I just want to be warm. I just want to eat soup and chill. All right, where are we? So we talked about Advent last week to order Advents. Giveaways. Let's do some giveaways. Can I just get everyone who's here or in the chat who's interested in a giveaway to pop an emoji, any emoji into the chat? I just want to get an idea of how many people are here because what we decide to do might be affected by that. So if you're interested in a giveaway today and you're here, just put an emoji in the chat, any emoji. You can even just do a colon and a parenthesis as a old school smiley face. I'll accept that. But I just want to get an idea of how many people are here, because I want to do something fun, but if there's too many people, I kind of feel like we might just go old school, so that we might just keep it simple so I don't screw anything up, essentially. Okay, we've got a few. Yondu starting us off. Okay, I mean, it's not a flood of emojis, so I feel like we're good. And if you didn't put an emoji in, you can totally still participate. I just wanted to get an idea of how crazy it was today. Last week, Twitch said we had like, it was like 60 or 70 people, like unique viewers, and I think that just means if you like come in and you leave. That was a lot. Which I'm obviously very happy about, but also surprised. Okay, so the thing I want to do. All right, first I'm going to introduce the sets here, so I'll keep this here. We're going to introduce the sets that you can win. We're going to do we're going to do 4 giveaways. And so you're going to have, I also pulled, sorry, the brain fog is real. I also pulled 4 sets, metal sets, because it is metal week. 4 metal sets. These are the options that you have. If you win, I will send you any one of these 4 sets. And there can't, like last week, there can be repeats. So if you decide you want the same set that the last person just won, you can get that set too, because I made sure to pull stuff that we have enough inventory for to do this. So the 4 sets are, starting off sort of obviously, our Heart of Wisdom, Pixel Heart full set dice set. Also, it's brother makes it weird. It's sister set, Heart of Courage, the green and gold version of our Pixel Heart full 8-piece set. And Morning Lord, which I happen to include in the ads for our metal sale, and so I felt like it would only be right to include them as part of the giveaway. Morning Lord, as a refresher, has a sort of Lathander sun god, sun blue gold theme. Very pretty set. And last but not least, Radio Edit, which is our punk rock, black and white, black metal with white enamel set. Very pop punk, very fun. It's got like scribble, marginalia, I think is what it's referred to on the site. And then importantly, it's called Radio Edit because it's designed as punk rock dice, and it's got a little guitar in there. See that little guy? He's pretty cool. We talked about him specifically on the stream where we introduced these, and I have completely forgotten the name of that guitar, but that's not important. So rock and roll dice is the 4th option that you have. So if you win a giveaway today, you may pick from any one of these 4 sets, and I will send it to you post haste. Okay, so now that you've seen the sets, let's get into what we're gonna do. So last week we had an issue where I did the typical thing where everyone types in a keyword and then we roll a die and then we count down, and discovered that the way the countdown shows up on my chat can be different than the way it shows up on your chat. And I hate that because I want everyone to be able to count along and, you know, see the same thing as everybody else sees. We are working on a fix for that. Maria found a really cool third-party like app wheel thing that's gonna like put your names in and roll and spin a wheel, and that'll be fun. But it's not installed yet because I have no idea how to do that. So I have to figure out how to do it and then do it, which means it's not gonna happen probably until next year. But instead, I thought it might be fun since it's Metal Dice Week, and part of the defining characteristics of metal dice is how heavy they are. So it's like, let's do a weight guessing challenge. I have my kitchen scale here, and we're gonna do Price is Right rules, closest without going over. We're going to, I have items, and you guys are going to guess in ounces how much each item weighs, and the person to get closest without going over is going to win a free set of metal dice. So is there some skill involved? Not really. It's not that bad because I'm going to give you an item to base this on. So you're not starting off from scratch. You don't have to just like randomly know how many ounces whatever is. So let's get started. Let's try this. I love that I'm able to just try new crazy crap with you guys, and that you're patient enough to let me do that. See, now the light is a problem because now you can't see the screen. Let me try turning it off and see if that makes it better. No, that glare is coming from the room light. See if I can get out of it. Oh, it'll be over there. Okay, so we'll be fine. All right, so I'm gonna hit 0. And then, as is tradition, I have brought this banana to the stream. And we're gonna weigh the banana. We'll make sure it's reading in ounces. And we'll use this as a reference. So you can use this as a reference for the following items, for the other items. All right, so this banana, for example, weighs 6 ounces. Yeah, 6 ounce. Oh wait, we say ounces? Yeah, ounces. Grams is the other one. Ounces are what we want. This banana weighs 6 ounces. So, with that in mind, and it's I'll hold it up, moderately sized, regular sized banana, about the size of my head. Yeah, so like regular banana. Nothing crazy going on with this banana. I haven't filled it full of ball bearings. So, if you know what a banana feels like, then you know that that's about 6 ounces. Okay, so moving on, let's introduce the first item. Okay, the first item is this guy. He is a figurine of a Mantilian Savrip from Star Wars. If you guys remember the scene where, oh geez, who was playing against him actually? I think it was C-3PO or maybe R2-D2 was playing against, brain fog is gonna kill me today. I'm gonna get such a bad rep. The Wookiee, oh my god, Chewbacca, Jesus. R2-D2 is playing against Chewbacca, and that on the hologram game. I'm okay with not knowing what the name of that is right now, but Mantilian Sabrip is one of the creatures, and I think it's R2 who controls him and uses the Mantilian Sabrip to beat down one of Chewbacca's players. So anyway, that's a long aside, but it's just a little guy. You can ask me any questions you want about him if you want, but I think in this case, probably not very helpful. So we are going to start the guessing now. I'm going to put the word now in chat, and go ahead and give me in ounces your best guess for how much the Mantilian Savrip might weigh. Mantilian. You guys ever play Star Wars Miniatures? It's a very fun game. I was not great at it, but it was still a lot of fun to play. So yeah, so 6 ounces, remember, banana, Mantilian Savrip. Let's get some guesses in there. Looks like we've got lots of guesses coming in. Remember, only 1 guess per person. I don't think I need to say that, but go ahead and put in your guess, and we will weigh him and see who is closest without going over. Oh, there could be ties. So in the event of a tie, we're going to roll off on the chat. Yeah, we'll do that when we get there, but I'm pretty sure it's... No, I don't remember how to do it, and I don't think Maria's here. But one of you probably remembers how to do a roll off, and we will do that if there's a tie. Closest without going over. Okay, I think Farron Coon's wrapping it up at the end here. So let's go ahead and weigh him. Dun dun dun. I think in real life he'd be very, very heavy, but in this world, 2 5/8. So closest without going over. K-Kong, you're still in. Figgy, you are still in. And Plant Lover Babe, but I think FGCKY Figgy, I believe you are the winner at 2.5. Congratulations. That is the closest without going over. 2 5/8. And you were actually very, very close because you were only 1/8 ounce away. Congratulations. So Figgy Key. I'm not sure. I feel like I should know, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Go ahead, choose which dice set you would like to receive, and I will get that sent off to you. And also, I should be writing this down, but I didn't bring an implement with me. I have a phone. I could do it on there. I really hope this experience isn't as awful for you guys as it feels like it is to me, because I feel like I have like decongestant brain, and so I kind of just feel like I'm wandering, like my thoughts are wandering a lot. Hopefully that's not too bad. Figgy Key, Heart of Wisdom. All right, great choice. Very relevant. Congratulations. All right, that was fun. That worked. So let's do it again. So that was now we know our Mentalian Savrip weighs 2.2 5/8 of an ounce. So we will 2, or was it 4? It was 2. 2 5/8 of an ounce. So we have this as a frame of reference now also. And then our 6 ounce banana. All right, so next up, in celebration of the set that we dropped, Heart of Wisdom, which yes is Zelda dice, I grabbed my Switch, my Nintendo Switch. It's got 2 controllers attached to it. There is a game inside. Other than that, it's pretty standard. It's your standard Switch. It's not the Switch 2, which I think is already out. It's the one. It's this one. It's a great little guy. I really appreciate being able to play it. It's marked with green. It has 2 pieces of green tape, so keep that in mind, because that might adjust the weight of it slightly. But yeah, a Nintendo Switch. So again, 6 ounce banana. How many ounces is the Nintendo Switch? I don't think I have any other weighing affected details about the Switch. So I am going to type in start in the chat and go ahead and give me your guesses for how much this Nintendo Switch weighs. I'm going to check out chat while you do that. K-Kong, yes, there are fractions on the scale. I apologize. Should probably have clarified since the banana came out rounded out to 6. I use it in grams more often than ounces because I use it to bake. And in baking, you have to do a lot of weighing, and it's always in grams. And there's lots of like small stuff in baking. Hunter Alakai, welcome. We are in LA, yes, and we have been at some cons. And if we've seen you there, then welcome here. It's very nice to have you. All right, we are getting lots of entries. Hello to Lego Crazy 12, first time in chat. Oh, we're all over the board this time. This is exciting because this could go a lot of different ways. I'm very excited to find out. I'm gonna do myself a favor and just make sure I've got a conversion in mind here, just in case. Okay. I'm prepared. I'm so prepared. I'm so good at this. All right, Rivers. All right, I have Rivers at the end here. If you guess exactly, you get the Switch. No, Farragoon. Absolutely not. You do not get the Switch. I love my Switch. Right now, the game that isn't, I wanted it to be Breath of the Wild, but I actually downloaded Breath of the Wild, so I don't have the little cartridge. But the cartridge that is in there is a game called Maneater, where you play a shark and you swim around and you eat people. And it's fantastic. And you eat like bad people who are like shark fishermen who are like trying to steal fin or hunt you for your fins or whatever. And then there's like one guy who's like a weird bayou guy who's like got just some sort of Moby Dick like vengeful thing going on for you. But then also there's just like random tourists in like inflatables that you get to sneak up on and eat. and it's a lot of fun. One of my favorite movies of the last like 10 years or whatever is The Meg. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but I basically just get to swim around and be the Meg all day. It's great. That's all to say, there's no way I'm giving up my Switch. No way. All right, I'm gonna hit 0 because it's been a second, just in case, and we're gonna weigh this Switch. And I'm gonna end the guesses here at SwimGirl004. All right, here we go. Dun 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 dun. Everything's so reflective. 14 ounces even. So, from the start, closest without going over. Bum bum bum. RX, great guess. 18.5. I like that you shot for the stars there. Got a 10.5. Here's a 14. Very close. Bird Dog. Not close, sorry. Bird Dog is right on the money with 14. Decoy, sorry you went over. Keeping going down. Farron-Coon, 33. Again, really enjoying the range here. A lot of you were just over 14. And I don't see any other 14 exactlies, which means Bird Dog, 9213. Congratulations, you got it. Right on the money with 14. Very good guess. And I will put these back on the frame here so you can make your choice. Bird Dog, let me know. You don't get a Switch, but you do get one of these sets. Bird Dog, let me know which set you would like out of these 4. If you don't remember the names, you could just describe it. That's totally fine too. And I will get that sent off to you. And I will also need you to email me, unfagiki, at hello@diceenvy.com, and let me know your address so that I can send it to the right place. Heart of Courage, wonderful choice. I'm gonna write that down on my phone real quick. And yeah, congratulations, amazing. So I love that the hearts are being chosen. Such a great little set. Let's just take another second to appreciate these. Interesting detail about these 2, which will eventually be part of 3. The inks, the Link ink was more of a sparkly gold, and the Zelda ink is a more glossy, shiny silver. So I like that distinction. I think it's pretty cool. The Zelda dice are actually the blue enamel, or the blue coloring is a little bit shinier too than the Link. So they really have their own personalities, even though they're part of a matching set. So very cool. Okay, congratulations, Bird Dog. Green is your favorite color. Good, perfect. Then you got, are these our most green set? I think this might be our most green set right now. So you picked wisely. All right, let's do another giveaway. That's 2. We've got 2 more. Yeah, that's 2. We've got 2 more to go. All right, reminder. Banana, 6 ounces. Mantelian Savrip. Oh, I think he was like 2 5/8. I hope that's right. And 14. Oof, just hit myself in the face. 14 ounces for the Switch, Nintendo Switch. So this is your scale. Next up is the second volume of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I just happen to have nearby. This is not the actual jacket for it. I take off the dust jackets because they just get slippery in my hands, and I'm not a big fan of that. Anyway, Dungeon Crawler Carl is a series, a fiction series. I don't know how many books are in the series. I think it's 6, and I think they're still being written. But I'm not positive about that. You should Google it. It's a great series. Oh, here we go. The series is actually called Carl's Doomsday Scenario. The author is Matt Dinneman, clearly. And it's great. This is the second book. I just finished the first one a week ago, and it's fantastic. The first one's called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which caught my eye because Dungeon Crawler is kind of what we do, right? And on the dust jacket of the first one was a little picture of a cat. And everyone here knows I'm obsessed with cats. And there is a cat in the series, and she is fantastic. Her name is Princess Donut. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but she's great. She's great. She's still great. She's in this one too. So if you're one of those people that worries about cats making it, she makes it. so far. And it's a great series. So I just want to take this moment to advertise this book for no reason other than I love it. This is the book. This is how thick it is. Like I said, it's missing its dust jacket, so you can deduct that from the weight. Yeah, there's no bookmark in it because, well, it's a long story. My bookmark's not in it, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so, you know, we had a 14 ounce over here. The question is, how much does this weigh? People are already guessing. I'm going to go ahead and say Lego Crazy 12 starts off the guessing. So go ahead and put your guess. It's going to be closest without going over for how much Carl's Doomsday Scenario Book 2 weighs. And actually, that might not be the name of this book. Let me see if it says in here. Yeah, no, Carl's Doomsday Scenario is the name of the second book. I apologize. It is called the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I was just confused because that's also the name of the first book. It is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And it's great. Oh, and they're all listed here. So there are 6 books in the series. And maybe they are done because there's a list of 6 here. So I don't know. They're great. I totally recommend them. Let's get to the guesses. It looks like Mr. Fluffernugget is bringing up the rear here. If anybody else would like to get their guess in now, now's the time. How many pages? That's a fair question. 371 pages. Whoever asked that. Is it Jonesy Joe? And the font is like this big. I don't know. Maybe the amount of ink would matter? Probably not. Alright, so Mr. Fluffernugget is definitely at the end here. Let's go ahead and weigh that book. Weigh that book. Okay, we broke into a pound this time. It's 1 pound, 3 7/8 ounces. And this is what I was Googling a second ago, just to make sure. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So this amounts to 1 pound is 16 ounces. So 19 7/8 ounces. So, Lego Crazy, you are very close right out the gate with 19.5. Let's see if anyone, we got 32, 17, 22, 26, 15, 20, 33. I think that's Lego Crazy's. Lego Crazy, congratulations. At 19.5, you were only 3/8 under the actual weight of the book. Congratulations, Lego Crazy 12. I'll go ahead and put the dice back so you can choose between these 4 sets. Again, that's Heart of Courage, that's Heart of Wisdom in the blue. This is Morning Lord in the sun, and Radio Edit, black and white music set. Go ahead and make your choice. Lego Crazy, and congratulations again. I am gonna make it through the stream, definitely. Lego Crazy. And Lego Crazy, I don't believe that you've won our giveaways before, so just as a reminder, email me at hello@diceenvy.com. Oh, it's down here. And say, hey, this is Lego Crazy. I won the black and white ones on today's stream or yesterday's stream, whenever you email me. And I would like, and your shipping address. Please include your shipping address. That's the most important thing. Lego Crazy won a copy of Radio Edit. So I will get those sent off to you, Lego Crazy, once you email me your shipping address. Thanks, Farron-kun. Okay, great. So was that 3? So we have to do one more. So in order to bring this back around to being relevant about dice, I'm going to weigh one of these sets of dice. And since we just dropped Heart of Wisdom, I'm going to weigh Heart of Wisdom. That makes sense. That only makes sense. So, 8-piece dice set. They're a zinc alloy. They're painted in blue and silver. It's silver ink in there. They're pretty. They sound like this. And you all can start guessing as soon as you'd like. I'll go ahead and put go in the chat. Thank you, D and Dan. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, Swim Girl's starting us off. Oh, sorry, RX is starting us off with 3.3. Make your guesses. Remember, 6 ounces, 2 and 5/8 ounces. I don't remember how much this was, but it was heavy, and the book was over a pound. So those are your frames of reference. Go ahead and make your guesses. Welcome, Aria. 3.4 ounces, not a bad guess. Go ahead and pop your guesses in there, and we will take a look-see in just a second. I don't know. I don't really want to roll these on the scale. I think I might try to zero out the scale after putting the tray on it and do it that way. Because, as with all of our metal dice and our stone dice, a rolling tray is advisable because they're heavy and they can hurt things, especially the metal dice. They got like pointy, heavy edges. You don't want to go scratching up all your stuff, you know? Alright, so let's try to do that. Let's do that. So weird. Forget how to put together a dice tray. Everything's cool, guys. Everything's cool. Alright, I'm just going to zero this out here and see if we can still see. Okay, cool. So we can still see the screen, and I zeroed it out back to 0. And I think you guys look like you're done. Just checking through chat for a second. I think someone said the word trash, hopefully, and that's why I said that. All right, here we go. All right, so under go, I did the thing that Maria usually does. Under go, we're gonna look at the guesses, starting with RX. So here are the dice. Let's go ahead and get them weighed. I'm still gonna put these down very gently, even though there's a tray. There we go. Also, I'm gonna move this one closer to the middle because I think ultimately it doesn't make a difference, but I'm just centering them around the weight, the scale. All right, so end result is 5 and 3/8 of an ounce, so just under 5.5 ounces. Let's start with RX with 3.3. Swim Girl got a little closer with 3.7. Keeping going down, Mr. Fluffernugget very close with 5.16. Fair and Coon, you were just over. We've got a 5.3 from Mathicus, which I think actually will be close. We're gonna have to do some math in a second, I think. 5.5 Decoy, I know you're just over. Okay, I think I have to do some math to find out whether or not 5.3. No, I mean, I don't know. We're just gonna divide 3 by 8 real quick here. It's not that I'm gonna blame sinus infection brain on this. 3 divided by 8 is 0.375, which means 0.3 is just under, which means Mathicus, you are our winner. Congratulations. You got so close. So congratulations. Well done. Great guess. And I'm going to go ahead and put these 4 back up for you to see. Go ahead and move the scale out of the way. So you can choose, I mean, you might already know what you want, but it just gives me something to do while you take a second to decide. All right, congratulations, Mathicus. Let me know which set you're interested in, and I will get that shipped out to you. Again, make sure you email me at hello@diceenvy.com or rage@diceenvy.com, as always, and be like, hey, it's Mathicus. I won this set. Please send it to me at this address. And I'll be like, you got it, dude. All right, Mathicus, and you would like the Suns. Yay! Our Morning Lord set will be sent to you promptly. Congratulations, everybody. I'm very happy that that worked, just in general. And I'm very happy that I only had to pull out the calculator once. also very nice. So thank you very much for bearing with me in my time of mild grossness and brain fog confusion. It's probably no different than usual. You guys are probably like, oh, you're always this. You always say this much and can't think of what to say. But congratulations, everybody. Good job. Okay, we have one last thing to talk about before we wrap up here. We did actually today put up a restock, not a restock, a new metal set, which I wanted to mention and give some special attention to, because it's part of a very cool metal mold that we've had for, it's got to be like 3 years now. This all starts with an aside to Critical Role Season 4, which you may or may not be following right now. But within this season, Season 4, Aabria Iyengar is one of the players, and she plays an orc. Actually, I think her class changed recently, which is interesting, and I want to read all about that later, but I haven't yet, so I can't share anything. But she plays a orc. It was a druid, and her character is very cool. You have probably heard of Aabria Iyengar. She's a great actual player and DM. And our connection to her is that she used to work for Dice Envy. She was the marketing. She was me. She was the chief marketing officer. We gave ourselves all C-suite names because it's sort of funny because we're only a team of like at any given time 4 to 6 people. So we like to call ourselves, chiefs of things. anyway, tangent. Aabria was the chief marketing officer of Dice Envy many moons ago before I started, and she was even temporary CEO for a moment when David, the owner, founder of Dice Envy, moved to Washington for a bit. So she also had Maria's job for a brief moment. Where was I going with this? Oh, while she was at Dice Envy, we created a dice set with the numbers written in her handwriting. So we called it Mage Hand because at the time she'd been playing a lot of wizards, and we called it Mage Hand. She literally wrote numbers on a piece of paper, picked out the best versions of those numbers. So she write 7, 12 times or whatever, and then pick out the best version of that. Dylan brought that into, computers and converted it into vector format. And then we got that, he was able to convert it into a metal mold, and we were able to send it off and get it as an acrylic engraved mold design also. So we called that Mage Hand. So for a long time, we've been selling dice under the moniker Mage Hand. I got pictures for this. I'm going to put those up now. So there's the font. So this is Aabria and the twins at LA Comic Con. That's our old staff portrait photo of her. That's her writing on dice. So anyway, Mage Hand has been a mold that we've used now for a while, and today we put up a brand new variation of those dice, and it's called Sorcerer's no, it's not called Sorcerer's Grasp. It's called Arcane Trickster. So if you go on the website, I'll be putting it up on the front page later, but it's called Arcane Trickster. It's a 7-piece metal set. These all come in the Mage Hands all come in 7-piece metal sets because this was pre-putting our Infinity and everything, so that's the mold that we have for it. And yeah, it's a beautiful set, and I could have sworn that the picture of it was in this slideshow, so I'm a little bummed that it's not popping up because I obviously want to show you the actual, I wonder if I can add it here. Add files. I want to show you the actual dice, obviously. Let's see if that works. I wonder also if I can get this to stop here. Let's see if it cycles through. I really want to show you these. Also, If Maria was here, she'd show you the link, and I'm so sorry that she's not. But go to the website, look for Arcane Trickster, and it'll be, there they are. Look how pretty they are. They're purple. They're going to be gone in a second. They'll come back around. But they're purple. They've got like a metallic sheen to them. It's sort of like a glittery powder coating. So if you angle it one way in the light, it's like that dark purple, and then if you angle it the other way, it's more of like a wine colored purple. They're very, very pretty. Anyway, we have a really hard time keeping Mage Hand in stock. I got to assume part of it's because Aabria's name is attached to it, and it's her literal like magical handwriting that you're rolling with, which is very cool. Farron, bless you. Thank you so much. Farron has put the link in the chat, so you can go click and take a better look at the photos. But yeah, these are great dice. We have a really hard time keeping them in stock, so we're constantly putting out new variations when we get them in, and we will continue to restock as much as we can. But yeah, it's like a 3 to 4 year old mold design that is still going strong, because in part because Aabria's still going strong as hell in the TTRPG world. So very exciting stuff. Just wanted to share that with you today. And I think that wraps up our show for today. So thank you all for bearing with me. I really appreciate it. I almost said I wasn't going to do the stream today because I was like, you feel like shit, Rachel. You don't have to do it. But I was like, you know what? It's BOXVEMBER. It's sales week. The people need to know. I love meeting you guys. I always feel better at the end. So, and I do. I feel a little bit more upbeat now. So that's good. So thank you for that. Thank you for bearing with me with the new giveaway style. And that was fun. Guessing the weight of things is fun. Anything Price of Right related is pretty fun. So we will continue to do something like that. I think that's it, guys. You guys take care of yourselves. Make sure that you drink lots of water and stay hydrated. And yeah, I will see you all next Tuesday. Happy rolling, and bye.